Krishnamurti, in dialogue with Dr. Allan W. Anderson. J. Krishnamurti was born in South India and educated in England. For the past 40 years, he has been speaking in the United States, Europe, India, Australia, and other parts of the world. From the outset of his life's work, he repudiated all connections with organized religions and ideologies and said that his only concern was to set men absolutely, unconditionally free. He is the author of many books, among them The Awakening of Intelligence, The Urgency of Change, Freedom from the Known, and The Flight of the Eagle. This is one of a series of dialogues between Krishnamurti and Dr. Allan W. Anderson, who is professor of religious studies at San Diego State University, where he teaches Indian and Chinese scriptures and the oracular tradition. Dr. Anderson, a published poet, received his degree from Columbia University and the Union Theological Seminary. He has been honored with a Distinguished Teaching Award from the California State Universities.
Mr. Krishnamurti, in our last conversation, we were talking about religion as a phenomenon in relation to our concern for inquiring into the transformation of each individual human being, a transformation that is not dependent on knowledge or time. And during our discussion of religion, you were speaking about what you regarded to be religion in the true sense, its relation to the act of attention, and how when the whole personal history of hurt is a reference, this act of attention simply is vitiated, cannot come to pass. And through the discussion of hurt that we had, we touched toward the end of the discussion on love. And if it's agreeable with you, perhaps we could explore this question of love now.
So when you use the word explore, are we using that word intellectually, exploring with the intellect, or exploring in relation to the word and seeing in that word the mirror which will reveal ourselves in that mirror?
I hope the latter.
Yes. Mm-hmm. That is, the word is the mirror.
Yes.
In which I, as a human being, observing. So the word explore really means observing myself in the mirror of the word which you have used.
Mm-hmm.
So the word then becomes the thing, not just a word by itself.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And therefore it's not intellectual exploration, a theoretical explanation.
It could be the beginning of a meditation.
That's what I want to make quite clear.
Yes. That is where I would want to be in relationship to the subject. Mm-hmm.
And exploring also means the mind must be very serious, not mere caught up in the mere desire to achieve something, to know how to love.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how to acquire the neighbor's love. You must
yes, become a successful lover.
Successful lover.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So, I think when we explore that word and the meaning and the significance of it, one has to be really very, very serious about this matter. Because they are using this word so loosely, it's become so corrupt. Love of God, love of my wife, love of my property, love of my country. I love to read. I love to go to the cinema. I love to go to...
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one of our difficulties is modern education is not making us serious. We are becoming specialists.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, first-class doctor, first-class surgeon, first-class physician, and so on, so on. But the specialist becomes a menace that way.
A learned ignoramus.
Yeah.
Yes.
And education, as we were saying previously, is to encourage to see that the human mind is serious. Serious to find out what it means to live. Not just become a specialist.
Mm-hmm.
So if that's all understood, and much more, what is love? Is love pleasure? Is love the expression of desire? Is love sexual appetite fulfilled? Is love the pursuit of a desired end? The identification with a family, with a woman, with a man? Is love a thing that can be cultivated? That can be made to grow when I have no love? I think about it, I do all kinds of things to it so that I know how to love my neighbor?
We sometimes hear the admonition that one has to work at it. Yes. In terms of our conversations up to now, that would be a denial of it.
So, is love pleasure? And apparently that it is now.
Seems to have been debased to that.
I mean, now actually it is, that is what we would call love. Love of God.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what God is, and yet I'm supposed to love Him. And therefore I transfer my pleasures of the world, of things, of sex, to a higher level which I call God. It's still pleasure. Mm-hmm. So, what is pleasure in relation to love? What is enjoyment in relation to love? What is joy? The unconscious feeling of joy. The moment I recognize joy, it's gone. And what is the relationship of joy, enjoyment, and pleasure to love? With love. Unless we understand that, we shan't understand what love is.
Yes. Yes, I followed you.
And take what is happening. Love has been identified with sex. Love making. Love sexually. You follow, sir?
Mm-hmm. The very construction, love making love.
It's a horrible thing.
Is...
I feel it gives me a shock, love making. That was love.
Mm-hmm.
See, that's what, I think this is very important. What the Western civilization has put this over the whole of the earth. Through cinemas, through books, through pornography, through every kind of advertisement, stories. This sense of love is identification with sex.